Hi, I'm Shannon Gunter with Mental Health Louisville, and we've got some questions to answer today. Kind of a two-part question today. These are questions that are asked by the community members. We take them in, we find a professional in the Kentucky area to answer them, and we try to get you guys the best answers to your questions out there. And today we have Larry McNabb with us, and he's going to introduce himself real quick before we get to the question.
Well, thank you so much for having me on here. My name is Larry McNabb, and I'm a vocational rehabilitation counselor with the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation Blind Services. My office is in Covington, but we have offices throughout the Commonwealth of Kentucky, including Louisville. I've been with the agency for 14 years, since April of 2007, and I do have a master's in rehab counseling, as well as a certified rehabilitation counselor as well.
Nice. Yeah, well, again, thank you for being here with us. Once you hear the question, you'll know why we reached out to you, the expert in the field. But the question is like pretty specific, and it's like, what is vocational rehab? Who can it help? And how do I access it?
Well, I think that is a very broad question. It is something that covers basically why someone would want to come to us as an agency. So those that would come to us would be individuals that may have a disability, whether it's ADA, Americans with Disability Act recognized, or if it's some type of a health issue that they're struggling with that may be causing them to have struggles in the workplace, or maybe being able to look for employment and know how they can accommodate those issues with their disability or health issues. So with that, what we look at is individuals that, first of all, want to go to work or they're already working. That is the main requirement with vocational rehabilitation. If you are wanting to join in with the workforce, or if you've already been in the workforce, but in our area with blind services, if your vision loss is causing you to have struggles in the workplace, we can sit down with the employer and the individual and find out what kind of accommodations that could be put into place, and what kind of a workstation can be set up specifically for that individual that helps them to be effective in the workplace. But anyone that has some type of a health issue or medical issue that would cause them to have a struggle in a workplace is someone that should be looking at us as a resource, because that is something that we can determine if someone's eligible based on their medical reports that we receive from their doctors. For us, it'd be an eye doctor that verifies what their eye condition is, what their visual acuity is, what their visual field may be, pressures that are on their eyes from certain eye conditions that may be hindering their vision. So we look at those and determine if there is something that can be corrected with regular eyeglasses. For some people, they go to their optometrist, they get glasses and they're good to go. But for many of us, we may find that we need a little bit more than that. Eyeglasses or contacts doesn't help us to see 20/20 anymore. Our eye condition is far more advanced. So those are the individuals for me personally that I would work with. They have to have some type of a visual impairment or blindness condition that would say, in addition to mental health, in addition to any other physical disabilities or health concerns, but vision has to be part of what they have with their situation that would have them to come to us directly. Our general agency is someone that deals with all these disabilities outside of vision. So that's why we're so much more than just blind services. We cover all disabilities and health conditions that may be a hindrance to someone to be independent. And really that independence, first of all, comes from home. You got to feel independent in your own home in order to feel independent to go out into the community, to go find a job, find a career, not just a job, but be able to hold on to that career and be able to have as full of a life as possible. And for many of our consumers, to even go beyond what they thought would be possible because of their disability.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's kind of like the big umbrella, and there's lots of different kind of departments, I would say, kind of under it, dependent on what's going on in your unique situation, kind of which one you would get plugged into and who would be able to assist you.
That is correct. We have communication specialists that deal specifically with hearing loss. We have what we call RCDs, rehab counselors for the deaf, those that use American Sign Language to communicate. And then we're called RCBs, rehab counselors for the blind. So there are specific counselors, and then there's general counselors within our agency that works with whatever is causing you to be more independent in your workplace. We probably can match you up with the right type of counselor based on your own personal experience and what you're going through.
Yeah. What would you recommend for someone who is maybe thinking about, they would fit into the appropriate category for possible voc rehab services, or maybe they know someone who would they just go online and find something or call? What's kind of the best process of like trying to get that ball rolling?
Probably one of the best things to start out would be, here is some information to contact our central office. We have a central office in Frankfort, as a lot of state agencies do, but the Kentucky Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, their central office is in the Mayo Underwood building on 500 Merle Street, MERO Street, 4th floor, northeast. And that's Frankfort, Kentucky, 40601. Then the 800 number is 1-800-372-7172. And they can connect you to that field office that is closest to you, and who that counselor would be that you would need to maybe connect with. So that would give you the start, but you could also go to the Kentucky Career Center website, and then you can click on the link on that Kentucky Career Center link that says vocational rehabilitation. And it gives you a lot of additional information of what we do, the services we offer, how can we help you become more independent in each aspect of your life. So if you don't know your local number for like the Louisville area or wherever it may be you're from, you might want to go ahead and do some research and check out your local one, the closest one to you, so that when you possibly yourself need that service, or you know of someone that needs that service, you already have that information in your toolbox, so to speak, of resources.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll link to that, the Kentucky Career Center webpage as well, kind of in the comments, so people can have that easily accessible to be able to do some research and some understanding before reaching out for themselves or for someone else. Yeah.
Our main goal is that we do want to make people become as independent. So many people that are blind or visually impaired, when they start losing their vision, if it's not something they were born with and they're having to make adjustments, many people will say, well, I have someone at home that helps me with the cooking or cleaning or being able to do things on an everyday basis. Well, what happens if you're in a situation and you're alone? You're home alone and there is no one else to do these things for you. How do you do that with having vision loss or maybe even completely blind? There are services and devices that are available that help someone to learn to be more independent in the home, as well as throughout their community, walking to go into the store, how to shop, what kind of devices can help me see what prices are on certain products. I can't really see those price tags. There are devices that magnify that and you can bring it up close to you and see what prices are on certain products. So there's a broad gambit of devices and services that we can offer to help someone become more independent, so that when the workplace is the issue, that you're trying to become more independent or hold on to a job that you may have had for years, you can start saying, okay, I know from some of my experience at home and in my community, here's some things I've learned to use. So I can just start using some of those in my workplaces too as needed. And that's where we want to advocate. We want to help advocate for each person that we're working with, so that the employer will know from us, being, if you will, the experts in the field of job accommodations, on what we can look at to make things possible when it does seem like it's impossible, and start focusing on abilities instead of disabilities. And I think that's what our big focus is that people that we work with have something to bring to the table. They have talents and abilities, and the employers and the people that work with them need to realize they have that. No matter what their disability or disabilities are, they have these qualities too. They just need to know how to bring that out to the fullest. And sometimes accommodations or adjustments in the workplace, accessibilities that need to be addressed, these are things that can help them accomplish what any of us would want to do, and that is to be as productive as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like really being able to meet each individual where they're at in their unique situation, to remove some of those barriers, or to help, whether it's with resources or education, or support, but help themselves, but also help the people around them, probably through some just different interactions that they're having at work or whatever it may be. But it can kind of, I would imagine, spread farther than just the individual that you guys are helping, with just being able to have people be as independent as they want to be, and live their lives on their terms opposed to other people's terms.
And I think that's a key thing right there, is many of us want to help one another to accomplish what they want to accomplish in life. But many times when it comes to disabilities and some of the medical difficulties that we run across, we become unaware of what is out there, what can help someone be able to still do what they do in a workplace. For instance, that they can still be independent in the workplace like any other person in the general population, if they have this device or this accommodation, this kind of structured schedule. And so there's several things we can look at as an agency to help advocate and to help prepare employers to work with that employee, to say, we don't want to lose valuable employees that has experience, and we want to keep them, especially in the workforce we live in today, where so many people are looking for employees, they're looking for help. And so those that they do have, they want to hold on to them, they're valuable. So we help make that possible, to help say, hey, let's look at how we can keep this person being productive and help them feel like they're able to do what needs to be done in the workplace.
Yeah, definitely. Well, is there anything else you want to leave our audience with today before signing off?
I think the key thing for any of us is just sometimes realizing we can't do it ourselves. We need to realize that we all need someone to help us at times, and it's okay. It takes a strength to be able to say, I need help. And I think even for those that are struggling with their vision loss and trying to find independence at home, in the community, and in the workplace, many times just saying, I need help, I can't do this myself, I feel overwhelmed, I feel lost. We feel like we can't say that, we can't share that. But it takes a strength to say, you know what, I can't do it myself. I need someone to be in my corner to help me. And that's what we want to do as an agency, is to say, we're right there in the corner with our consumers, we call them, and we want to help them on this path to be even more independent, hopefully each and every day, each and every week, that they can see that independence building and that confidence building. So that's what I really want people to realize, is it's okay to say, I need help. And it's actually a strength. Don't sit there and struggle each and every day and say, well, I don't want to be a burden. We are a state agency, taxpayer money. This is your tax-paying money being at work. So utilize that. Say, you know, sometimes I need that helping hand. And I've been paying into the system with taxes. So it's almost something coming back to you to help you continue being in the workplace. So that's what I really want to leave with people. It's okay to say you need help. And actually, it's a strength when you do reach out and say, can you help me? So don't be hesitant to reach out to us as an agency. If you're someone that's struggling with a disability or a medical condition that's saying, I don't know if I can go back to work, I don't know if I can keep a job, reach out to your local office of vocational rehabilitation and say, here's my situation. You might come in, or we can do a Zoom meeting like this, or we can meet over the phone. Whatever they prefer, we can make things happen to start saying, we want to be in your corner so you can find that independence that you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, I really love that. And I think has a lot of parallels with the mental health field, which is kind of my realm of things, people kind of coming to therapy or asking for help and being able to know that it's not normal in our society, unfortunately, to ask for help and to feel okay and normal doing that. But like you said, it's such a strength to be able to do that. And it takes a lot of bravery to be able to do that too. But talk to people who have done it before, and they will probably have raving reviews of kind of maybe how their life has changed or how things have kind of settled a little bit differently after asking for that help, because they're really, yeah, like struggle is going to be there in life, but anything that you can do to help the struggle or to ease that or to put resources or education towards it can really be helpful. Yeah, so I really like that. But, yeah, thank you so much. And like I could just keep talking, but I'm like, we gotta
something you're passionate about to help others, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Larry. And like I said before, I'll link out the Kentucky Career Center link there and put information about you and your resources and the address for the Louisville central office or the Frankfurt central office for individuals in Louisville. And yeah, for audience, if you have any questions for us, go ahead and DM us and we'll get them answered for you by a mental health or wellness professional. And yeah, until next time, thanks.
Thank you.